Alright guys, welcome back to Frugal Homestead. So today we're going to do the tiny house update for February. We do have some stuff to show you outside before we get inside on this very windy day. Alright, so as you can see, we've got our stovepipe put in. And then we use the through wall kit, which I think is absolute junk. I would not buy it again. I would make something myself. But this is so chintzy with the way it's designed. I took and made aluminum stays that hang just to give it extra support. But I will say that it being up is a major part done because that was not easy.
That is awesome.
All right, honey, so what's all this?
So my wonderful father-in-law donated a bunch of stone so that I could do the firewall behind our wood burner.
All right, so we have the benefit of what this does inside to show you guys later in the video. But I got one more thing to show you guys outside before we go inside. All right, honey, so what happened here?
I had your power disconnected.
I don't think you had my power disconnected. But honestly, guys, what we found out was this was costing us $30 a month. Now, that isn't terrible, except we weren't using any power. Then the 1 month we used a little bit of power, we didn't use enough, so they charged us even more. So we had them come out, take the meter out, cut it loose. We're gonna run a main power line down temporarily, and then she's gonna take us off grid.
That's right.
But we're gonna go fully off grid with this house in the near future. We will have the backup of the main house power if we need it, but we're at the point now where I'm not gonna pay $30 a month just to have a pole sit here. That's not gonna happen. I'd rather invest that money in solar and move forward. So as we go in, it's gonna be a little dark because we don't have any lights really hooked up. But the first thing you can see is we have drywall up all the way through. So we go all the way around, we got drywall.
The entire house is drywalled.
Yep, no more drywall. Now, I'm gonna take you guys into the kitchen because I want to show you this. So I have a few spots I still have to go back and fix, but we're all primed out, drywall done. Been laying out for kitchen cabinets and countertops and the island, but overall it's not terrible. We actually had to work pretty hard to get these to come out. But honey, what have we done up there?
We put our lights in, and these are going to be like the old farmhouse lights, just the old porcelain light fixtures, and we're going to put floodlights in them.
Yep, so they're going to be shine down lights. And as you guys can also see, while it has a few spots that need touched up, we painted this all white. And let me tell you, that was a job because these are not made to be painted, at least not this color. Painting them black probably would have been smarter, but the way we were doing it, we wanted it as bright in here as possible since we only have the one window. Now, honey, why don't you walk over here and kind of quickly explain our layout here on the floor of what we're gonna do cabinet-wise.
So right here in the corner is going to be our refrigerator.
It's not gonna be a standard size though, right?
It is going to be one of the smaller ones. I think it's like a 10.6 cubic.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a lot smaller. It only goes like
it's like
6 foot tall.
Yeah, it's not very tall and it's not very big. It's 24 by 24 on the base, this way and this way. So.
And then it's going to have a cabinet above it.
That's right. We're
going to have a Lazy Susan down here in the corner.
Yep.
And then we're going to have a corner cabinet up above. And then we're going to have the 60-inch sink basin here. We'll have an 18-inch cabinet here that's 30 inches long. We will have our two 15-inch cabinets above the sink, and then we'll have another 18-inch
by
30 over here.
So that's going to be our kitchen layout. If you look at the floor, there's not going to, this is your walking room right here where Missy is. So there's not going to be a whole lot of room in there, but there's plenty of room to work.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
All right, so over here, you'll see we have a 220 line run. And basically, this big dark line right here, where Missy's toes are and stuff, that is going to be the kind of island thing. It's kind of actually going to be attached to the wall. And then on this end, there will be a 24-inch cabinet, right? Or 30-inch cabinet.
24-inch cabinet.
Okay. And then inset into the top of that on this end will be a dual burner cooktop.
Yes.
So that you can here, and the whole area will be set up kind of for her to work. And then we'll also be able to use it like our kitchen table, putting 4 chairs around it and having 3 lights right above it shining down. So it should be well illuminated, a good area to work. We're gonna put a TV right here, 24-inch TV right here, because Missy will spend a lot of time in the kitchen canning and stuff, and I will be in here doing some work. But it makes for a good space. Now, we have put lights up throughout. They're all over the place, back there too. And then we move on to the bathroom. Now, the bathroom has waterboard on these 2 walls, but we are not 100% sure how we're gonna do this. We had a plan, and like everything else, things change.
The bathroom has changed like 5 times.
Yep. I do have 1 light in. We do have the fan box I've got to put in and drill out the side of the wall there in order to vent it. The shower pan needs cleaned up and coated. We're not exactly sure what route we're going to go, but we do know that the whole floor in here is going to be vinyl plank. So now, honey, why don't you show us all the stuff that was donated and what you did with it?
All right. So I am super excited about this area. This is going to be my little cubby hole. But to start with, we have the mantle here that we actually made. My father-in-law John graciously donated all the material for it. Tony made it. I think it's absolutely beautiful. We've clear coated it, or is it clear coat? We've clear coated it a couple times. We'll do it a couple more. But that's our mantle. And then I have stuck all the stone for their firewall. That's also the stones that were donated to us. I know they're not perfect, but I'm no masonry.
Plus, we kind of left them a little crooked, trying to give it that feel of not perfect. Now, honey, why don't you pick up that gun and tell them what happened when we started sticking it and what we used?
So I tried to do mortar. And I'm not a mason. Let's face it. My stones were falling off. So Tony went and got me this Gorilla Glue, and it actually sets in 30 seconds. This stuff is amazing. Well worth the money we spent. It gave me time to be able to hold it up there, get it in place where I wanted it, be able to support it somehow, and then go on to the next piece. But this stuff was great.
Definitely worth the time, because messing with the mortar takes so much more time, and time is something we don't have a lot of. So we came down actually last night and stuck almost everything above the pipe in like 45 minutes. So that'll just tell you that it doesn't take much.
Right.
And I'm really excited to see it all grouted. By next video, I'm sure they'll be able to see it too, and it's looking really good. Now, she did do the coating. The clear coat she used was spar, and that's going to yellow more and hide a lot of the imperfections as it gets heated up from the wood burner once it's installed. But I definitely think this is going to be a beautiful little area to be able to sit down, relax, and just kind of enjoy the fire. We do have plans to do something above there, probably a TV or something, but we're not 100% sure yet. But I'm sure that around Christmas time and such, this is going to be a big area, and I know the dogs are going to want to be here in the winter, right by that fire all the time. Yeah. So let's go ahead and take them upstairs and show them everything we got done up there.
All right.
All right, so as we head upstairs here, you'll see that we have all the drywall done and primed. And then if you look at the ceiling, there's actually 2 coats on the ceiling. I want it to be a finish coat, but I don't know if it's gonna be. We'll see how much I get it dirty or scuff it up when I put the trim and the ceiling board up. But for all intents and purposes, this is ready for paint. Now, the white makes it look huge. And then once we get the trim on, I think it'll close it in a little bit. Now, honey, you've made an executive call to change the color.
Yeah, so we were going to go with Sierra Sand. However, now I've decided that I want to go with a lighter gray.
Yeah.
Not sure exactly. We seen a hippopotamus gray that I really love.
Yep.
But something a little bit lighter.
Yeah, and that's going to be throughout the farm, the whole property, because we're trying to stay with like one color and one sheen just to make it easier on us. If we're going to be Airbnb in the other properties or touching up down here, I want to just have one paint to do it all. But as you can see, everything's all primed out and ready to go. We start throwing some color on here and it's really going to change. But for all intents and purposes, we have trim, we have paint, a little bit of electric and flooring. And the upstairs is done.
Yes.
Oh, and ceiling fans, sorry. But reality is we are coming to the end of the upstairs and it's really, really nice feeling. We do have some big changes. To the downstairs stuff we still have to do, but the upstairs stuff is really closing in and it gives us a sense of finish is on the horizon.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we have been busting butt. And if you are a subscriber or you see our community posts, you'll know that we also are banging out the money on our gigs on the sideline stuff. So all of our plans have come to fruition. We know that when we first started, just like anyone would be, we were worried we weren't going to be able to do it all. It is actually coming together quite well. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hard work, but if you're willing to do things on the schedule that you have time, like last night coming down here,
right,
sticking stone late at night, you will have it paid back to you tenfold. Now we do sleep in the morning sometimes, we do cuddle with the pups, you know, we get to live our life on our terms. We're definitely not getting rich, but we're living well and we're enjoying life. And we hope you guys all are too. Now, let us know in the comments what you think about all this, what you've seen, how it's progressed. Did you think we were gonna get this far this fast? Because I'm telling you right now, I feel like we are jumping. And we're also up there working on the apartment too. I'll do a video later about that, but lots of other things going on too. But honey, what do you think so far?
I think it's coming along awesomely.
I think we're getting it. And with that said, if you haven't already, and I don't know why you wouldn't have, come on guys, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you see all of our upcoming videos. Leave us a comment and a like, and honey,
we will see you in the next one.
Now, we gotta go get some more done.
Let's go.